Hey everyone, quick video for you as we jump off this first winter trial weekend. Thought we'd take a look at the XP36F, the low-level Hawk. I use this, or currently using this to grind some of the Tier 4 dailies. And it's been an interesting plane, so we'll watch a little bit of that and talk a little bit about winter stuff. I do have a very big video going for you, a special treat with a special guest that will be recorded tonight, Friday night, and probably be uploaded. Maybe tomorrow, depending on how long it takes me to edit and get everything together. But really excited to show that to you guys. We are going to feature the Moon Bat. We're going to talk about it, talk about whether or not it's worth grinding, what the ups and downs of it are, perks, that sort of thing. And also maybe give a little insight into team tactics when working together in a flight. So I'm excited to show that to you tonight. So the Hawk here is a lot of fun. The cannons, when they connect, are excellent. The biggest problem with them is not even really connecting. The biggest problem is really they overheat so quick. You really have to pulse them in short lengths to get to where you want to be. You know, they just overheat so quickly. But when you can get a diving attack like this, or like the last two you just saw me take out, you know, it's usually enough for one good pass. And unfortunately, the other downside of the Hawk here is that it does not have pneumatic control in its stock configuration. So you really have to be careful about what kind of fights you get into, what kind of fights you take. And but it's also a great plane at Tier 4 for learning how to boom and zoom, how to stay vertical. And you'll actually see a little later in the match, you know, one of the things that people don't think about is how much they can climb and how quickly they can climb, especially with boost assist, varying the verticality of their fights. So we'll look at that too. So we've captured the airbase as is standard. We've got halfway through the garrison over there. I'm really interested in kind of tackling the middle here. I can see that the other garrison just got capped and that there is a player in an LBSH ground attack aircraft down there. I can see they have two bombers over the center point, and the center point section in the attrition mode, you know, it's kind of is done for now, but heads up for next time. You know, once you cap it early in the match, it's really a bugaboo because it's hard to flip the cap. It has more cap points than the other cap, and it's just nothing but AA guns. So hanging out over it is usually not a great idea. So if you can take it first thing, great. If not, avoid the heck out of it later. So I see our bot heavy has control of the bombers up high, and I'm kind of wasting my time. So I need to get on it and help out some way. And I see the player LBSH is coming in, and so I'm going to dive. Again, the verticality on this is great. You can see even at 550, I was not even close to my dive cap. Could have kept that up. I'm going to do a little gentle loop so that I've got this. Now an LBSH has a little more points than an air defense aircraft, so I've got to really pulse those guns and hope I don't get bomb trapped as well. Fortunately, we're able to pull it off, and that secures the zone for us. So I'm going to go ahead and run over and hopefully finish off the garrison to give us a little bit more of that advantage for these kills that we're doing. We are still neck and neck. And I can see it's going to be interesting. We're almost there on that zone. Hopefully somebody finishes off on the cap for us. Now outside of the 23 millimeter Madsen cannons, which are you know pretty good tier on tier here, you do have a couple of machine guns in the nose as well, which are helpful, but they're not great once those Madsens overheat. You really have to be careful about it. A little bit of rudder control, trying to get this guy, and I realize it's not going to happen. I'm going to have to dive away and hope for a little bit of help and assistance, or that maybe one of the bots will dive in. And of course, thankfully in this case, there is a multi-role bot who responds and makes a diving pass on him, and that forces him to kind of adjust his attack, and then I can get those 23 millimeters on target. And again, knowing that I can't win a circle fight with him, I'm just going to buzz away. And I'm taking a lot of hits, as you can see, so I'm going to try and spread it out a little bit because, again, I've got help coming in. And fortunately, this time, my fellow player on the team has seen my calls for help and comes in and clears them up. And you can't see it because of the keyboard recorder on the left there, but I typed a thank you in chat. This is one of the ways you can help, even if you're not formally teamed up, right? Being battlefield aware of what's going on. So we've got 3. We're up a little bit. The goal now is shoot stuff down, right? Just clear it out. And it's helpful that we have the middle because those AA guns are already working on some of these. You'll notice I'm just in a shallow climb. I'm kind of gaining some altitude. I'm looking for kills. Realize, here's another player, right? And a multi-role that really You know, if Wargaming ever makes a balancing pass, I think this is that one the multi-roll one? Or is that the fighter one? I can't tell. I think that one's actually the tech tree one. The multi-roll I-16 that's a premium could use a little bit of help. It feels a little too strugglish. Managed to get one pass there on that fighter. Not sure if I set him on fire or if there was some delayed hits on the Madsen with his cannons. And we'll see if I can snake another kill there. I don't, but that's all right. Someone else gets him. So, you know, that has put us ahead. It was 65 to 62, if you remember from a second ago, and that little area there cleaning up the 4 in the middle, and then some other stuff that happened on the edges outside of our view has really put us in the lead. So we are comfortably up at this point. I want to go see if I can flip this zone and keep the pressure on. I don't want to just sit still. The Madisons on this make for a good attacking and head-oning, so I want to keep up the pressure. And I'm going to try and keep my altitude up as well. Again, a decent climb rate on this. I'm going to try and keep after the bombers. They're easy targets, and they're worth 3 apiece at this point. So that's one of the ways in which we put the pressure on. And because of that, because I'm not sure what's happening with the other zone, I don't seem to have any support over there, I decided to pull off and move over here. And you can see I'm already up to 1,500 meters. Just, you know, it just took a little bit of patience. But it's worth that time to get up here, because now that I'm up here, the bombers are in danger, that multi-roll is in danger. You know, I can kind of dive from the perch and handle whatever I need to handle. And especially at lower tiers, honestly, I'm going to try and avoid the bots here. See if I can snake an extra kill. Honestly, at lower tiers, verticality is something that's so overlooked that it can be a real significant advantage. You know, think about if you're old school, think of Star Trek taking on Khan in his starship, right? Not thinking about it in 3D, and they move the Enterprise up and down. That's one of the things that you could do in low tiers in this game to give you a little bit of advantage. Is think about moving up and down. You see those Madsens overheating, you know, again, just a little too quickly for my taste. Although I do think it makes this plane pretty well balanced. We're going to go up and over. He's chasing the bots. I don't really want to flip this out. I don't think we're in danger of losing it with the number of points. You can see over there on the left, I think it's 250, 230 cap points, something like that. Get rid of it. But I'll let the bots soften up. And if I can get this guy out, and from my point of view, there's no reason for him to cap this zone. It's just not worth it. It takes too long, especially low tier GAA. You don't have the firepower to cap this, and all you're doing is sitting in the AA burning hit points. Right, any plane that comes over here. Now the bots are bad about it, which is one of the reasons why flipping this zone early in the match is very helpful. And waiting until later, you might as well just ignore it. But it does put you at a disadvantage because the bots will fly right over it, which is a real pain. And they will try to take it, which is also a real pain. So it can be beneficial to take this zone. You can early on. Things have been going pretty well. You can tell the enemy is almost out of fight at this point. You know, we've only lost 9 tickets in the time that I've been talking here, and they've lost another 30, 32. So here's my climb. Look, I started down this barrier at, I don't remember what it was. I'm going to back the video up a little bit. So I'm at 300 meters. Okay, and there's nothing left for me to do. I know the game's almost gone. I'm going to climb after this bomber. So starting from 300 meters, I'm now at 600, 700, 800. This plane has great climb rate, and because the Madsens have a decent range on them, I usually try to wait till I'm a little closer to open fire. But I can tell this game is almost over. I'm just trying to get some shots in, maybe take this bomber out before the counter flips over on the last kill. And I'm so close. I'm hoping. The cannons are already overheated again, and it doesn't matter. That's going to be the end of it. So it was a good game, though, and I just want to say also, you know, plug the teammates here. I thought they did a great job of keeping up the pressure as well. So I'll show you their names. And really, this was a decent match overall. Everyone kind of pulled their weight a little bit, right? So you got my 2 teammates there who did their part. And on the other team, you can see one of the guys, the I-16, disconnected early. I don't know if that was intentional or unintentional. Hopefully unintentional. The other 2, of course, pulling their weight as well. But you know, sometimes that one person pulling trigger, don't be that guy, because he probably cost them this match, right? About the time he disconnected is when we just really started to pile up the tickets. So, and they just announced on the forums today, and you should be aware of this if you're watching this video. reporting and bans will be strictly enforced over the holiday maneuver season. There are already people who are getting tickets. There's already been one person banned, I know. And so you do not want to be that person. Do not leave matches early. When you get your 8K points, it's tempting to hit the exit button and go get another 8K because of the grind. Do not do it. You will get reported. You will get banned. XBK has been on this. The moderators have been on this. They've put up an announcement about it. It's already happening. So you need to stay and finish the matches, as frustrating as that can be. And we've had that discussion with them in the Discord and in other places, right? That really this needs to be candy cane for every 8,000 points or something like that. There's other ways to do this that take out the frustration and will prevent people from just dropping mid-match. But this is the next best thing, which is them actually strictly enforcing these rules and staying on top of it. So as you can see, decent post-match here. We got 8 kills, almost at 9 with the guy at the end. Lots of capture points, some defensive shots, and 2,600 damage with these Madsen's, which is great. And really enjoyed this. I think this was maybe the last or second to last day of attrition. And so just getting some stuff in and getting some dailies in as well, and really had a good time with it. So like I said, I am hopeful that you guys will tune in over this weekend for the big video I have coming for you with the Moonbat. Until then, you've got a decision to make. If you want the Moonbat, you either just grind your butt off, and it's going to be a lot. You're going to need 600 matches of 8,000 plus personal points, or you're going to be doing the dailies. Some of the dailies are really grindy in and of themselves. I try to finish the dailies actually a weekly. I consider them weeklies, to be honest with you. There's some that are still hanging. In fact, the flying start that you see on the screen right now is still hanging around in my queue to do it. So those are not the best way to do this, but they do give you some bonus ones if you get through them, especially the quick ones. But it's a grind. It's a heck of a grind. And so you're probably going to want to pitch in some points at this, pitch in some certificates at some point. $100 gets you the Moonbat and everything else. Remember, you get everything on that candy cane trail for those 600 certificates, which become candy canes on a one-to-one basis. I think the next one down is 300 certificates for $60. If you can grind out 300, that may be the best bet. The reality is you're going to be playing anyway. You get 300 candy canes. The Moonbat's a tier 8 premium. It would normally run you about $50. You're paying $10 for everything else you'll get. That's not too bad either. And then on the other hand, your other option is to go into holiday crates, which are not awesome this year. There's not a whole lot of those fun premiums in there. The BB203 is present. If you don't have that, I've heard it's good. And I've considered picking up some crates for that. Outside of that, though, as a longhand, old plan player, I've gotten most of those premiums at this point from other crates or from purchasing them outright. If you're a new player, the holiday crates are actually a really good deal. You're going to get some premium, you're going to get some gold to be able to buy whatever premium you want to buy. You're also going to get some premiums, and there's a decent list of premiums in there. I'll give you an example. The Spitfire DB605 is in there. It is excellent at tier 6, bordering on overpowered, and is a great premium. So if you're a newer player, you may want to go a holiday crate route rather than the certificates for the Moonbat route. Although there are some decent premiums in that candy cane road that we have, the Junkers, I think, and the French tier 5 aircraft, the C714, which are not bad. So you have a choice to make. To guarantee yourself the BV203 and the special project equipment, which is the other draw of the holiday crates, you really need to buy 100 of them. That's what guarantees you all 4 of those things, and that's $150. So altogether, Wargaming wants you to spend $250 on them this holiday season. Most of us won't do that, but you may end up doing a little bit of one or the other, or either. I come from World of Tanks, obviously. I've taken a break over there, and for many years I did dip into the crate system there. I wish this one were a pure 250 gold per crate. It would make it much more worthwhile. But I understand there's limitations in a game with a smaller player base. So we'll see what happens with that. You will definitely, at the very least, get some Moonbat footage from my flying partner this evening. But we'll see. I may end up pulling one as well, or I may be pulling out a BVP 203, or I may pull out something else from my back pocket. You never know. So I'll have fun flying with that tonight, and I hope you guys have a great weekend on this winter trial. Get those winter trial stuff done, even if you're not doing the candy cane road, you're not grinding. Take advantage of the specials. They're very easy to do. Very low number of kills and personal points to get you tokens and goodness, and there's sales. We're buying a bunch of tier 10s, and I'm really looking forward to that as well. So hope to see you in the skies, even though it's a busy holiday weekend, and in the week to come, I will definitely be on a good bit. Enjoy your time in the game, and yeah, if you can throw a couple of bucks at Wargaming, great. If not, at least be present, be flighting up, be playing the game, and encouraging others to do the same. And I will see you out there in the skies.